In today's video, we're going to answer the question about whether you can use a landscape rake turned around backwards like this. What's up guys, Brad here from Piney Grove, and today we're going to be using the Summit TX25 with the Summit landscape rake. This is the first time that I've used Summit's rake, but I've used a rake like this before, and normally you see it in this configuration right here. And in this configuration, the rake will catch whatever it is you're trying to rake out of your lawn or your woods or your garden, and it'll capture it all right here. But the problem I found with using a rake this way is, one, you can only rake so close to stuff because your tractor's in front of you. So you can only get within 12 or 15 feet from, say, a field's edge. And number two is that sometimes this will get so full that when you get to wherever you're trying to take it to, you go to lift it up, it won't lift up high enough, and you'll drop some of the pile here, and then you'll kind of drag the rest of the pile around. And this thing goes at many different angles, so you can actually angle it like this. But what I found is if you're dealing with a lot of sticks and grasses, they're going to plug up in here, and it's not really going to push it to the side like a grater blade. So we're going to turn it all the way around, and you can see there's holes here, so it's made to do this. And what we'll be able to do now is back up and push whatever it is we're trying to push closer to the edge. And the reason that I want it in this configuration is that we've got the Baumolite MP348 forestry mulcher, and we've been doing a lot of forestry mulching around the edges of our property. The problem is that thing violently throws wood chips and big sticks that it doesn't process out into the pasture. So we want to today just kind of push all that stuff back into the woods. And I also mulched down a big pile of logs and sticks and debris, and underneath that it had all decayed into some really, fine soil, or some really good soil, I guess. It had worms and stuff in it. So what I want to do is kind of reclaim that dirt into a pile, because we've got a new machine coming where we'll be able to take that pile of sticks and separate the sticks from the dirt. So I want to get those sticks and dirt piled back up so it'll be ready when that machine gets here. So this is the area I want to work on. We got in here with the brush mulcher, and like I said, chewed up all this brush, but a lot of it came out here into the pasture. And we still have to go down here and trim off these limbs, but this is all good grass that can be turned into hay. And this is the type of debris that I'm looking to just push back in the woods. It's just the sticks and stuff. The bigger stuff was thrown out like 20, 30 feet out there, and I've already picked most of that up. And then over here is the area where that big pile was, and I mulched it down. And you can see from that pile, this debris is way over here. And I could use the bucket to scrape it back here into a pile, but I just think that rake will be better. And another thing about the rake and using it backwards is, hopefully once I push it and then I go forward, the rake will empty itself. Another thing you can do with that rake to keep it from getting clogged up with little sticks and stuff is to take out every other tine, or say if there's 3 there, take out 2 of them so it puts a bigger gap, and then dirt can filter through and the sticks won't get woven in between the close tines. But we're going to use it with all the tines on it and see how that works. You gotta love it when something works out like you want it to. And this is how all that mulch is from that forestry mulcher. All these little bits of wood with dirt in them, but that rake didn't push too much dirt off of the pasture. It just pushed the woody material. I'm gonna come in here and gather this and put it on our dump trailer, and then take it to a pit that we dug where we're getting fill dirt, clay and stuff, and then put that in there along with some leaves and stuff, and then cover that with dirt and just let that compost over the next couple years. And that way I'll get some benefit out of all that stuff that I mulched up here. That worked so good, I'm gonna come over here, work on this area a bit and get this piled up, and just keep working my way down the line. The mulcher can't get in between these pines real good when you knock off the bottom of the trunk of it, of the brush. So I pulled out some of the brush that was just kind of hung up in the trees around here. So I'll get back in here with the forestry mulcher, and that'll suck that right in and just make little pieces out of everything that's there. And it'll do it real easily and quick. But we'll throw up some footage here of what this looked like just about, I think 2 weeks ago. This whole area you've seen on film today is probably 2 hours of forestry mulching. So it was thick from where I'm standing here, just thick, all that just like it is back there. And we've gone back 12 feet or so, and in some cases 20 feet, and just cleared all this out. It's just amazing what you can do with a small tractor and the right piece of equipment. We're running the Baumolite forestry mulcher on the Kubota L3901 because it has more PTO horsepower, and it still almost doesn't have enough. But having the Summit, which is smaller footprint, we can get in between here with the rake. I'm gonna take the bucket off for a little bit more maneuverability. Gotta love quick attach. It'll save me a foot or two in front of the tractor. This is such low stress on the tractor that I don't really have to race up the engine that much. This is just working out really good. Like better than I could have possibly imagined. What is this, like the 4th time I've said it? I'm just really impressed with this, the way this rake is working and the way it's not binding up with the stuff I'm pushing, leaving a nice clean path behind it. Just really happy with the way things are working out today. So in just a couple passes, we cleaned up this ground, except for just a couple of sticks that I'll get in my next pass. Made a nice pile there. Now we got all that area to do, but it won't take long at all because cameras don't always pick up angles and size of hills or whatever. Remember, this started out with nothing here at all, about up to my waist or so. So we got 3 foot or so of debris that we've collected just from here, from that forestry mulcher, chewing up this big pile. Now the last thing we're gonna do is go in between these couple of pine rows here and grab that debris and put it into this pile. And like I mentioned earlier, there's gonna be dirt in this pile that we wanna salvage. And I know I'm kind of teasing something here, but with the machine that we're getting, we're gonna end up with one pile of clean debris, wood and leaves and stuff, and one pile of clean dirt that we can then use in our garden. What I'm gonna do is just drive down this row, drop it, and push all that debris here, and then push it up on the pile like I have been doing. I'm gonna do about 3 rows because as I get farther over that way, it's not where I mulched, it's stuff that was cleared years ago, and most of the debris is here in these 3 rows. This Artillean canopy is getting a workout. I've hit quite a few pine trees with it, and it's not designed to do that. It's actually easy to take off. I just kind of forgot it was up there. Quite a bit here. So what I notice is if I push a big pile, because 3-point hitch doesn't have down pressure, it's just the weight of this rake. If it gets to be too much, the rake will ride up over it. But somehow, it didn't do it this time. I got the whole length without it lifting up over the pile. You can't see it, but in front of me, it's really clean. It's just really satisfying to be able to clean this so quickly, get all this debris that I'm gonna turn into mulch, and have the, satisfaction of clearing this myself. Because if I paid somebody to do it, they probably would have bumped into a lot of these pine trees and messed them up. Very uneven and bumpy over here. This will probably grade it out a little bit, moving some of this dirt around. There it is, there's the rake lifting up. Look how clean that is. That's almost like perfect, like it doesn't need much more grooming or anything. It's a little bit bumpy back there on that one. Then I'll do this one and I'll be done. I got the GoPro up here at my eye level, so this is what I see as I'm backing up. Go back and get another bite. Right there was a little bit too much for it, so I dumped it, get another bite. And I I can hear that rake squeaking a little bit as I push against it. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but this tractor is 6 inches narrower than our Kubota. And that makes a difference in the woods here for maneuvering around these pine trees and not hitting them. I think one more pass and I'll have it. Yep. Just have to push from the right of the camera into the pile. Look how little debris is caught up in the rake with all this stuff we've been pushing. If we were using the rake the other way, pulling it instead of backing up with it, it would just be totally full of sticks. Look how tall I am. Or look how tall the tractor is. Uh-oh, I brought down a lot when I came down off that. I have to use the tractor bucket to kind of do final cleanup of the pile. That is just about it. I think I can get a little bit more over here away from this pine tree. All right, that's the finished product right there. Look how clean that is in between those rows, especially these 3 rows right here. We appreciate you guys coming back week after week and watching our videos and supporting us on social media. It's because of you guys we're able to live our dream out here on Piney Grove. But that's going to wrap it up for today. So until next time, y'all take care out there. And remember, life's short, tractor hard.